Hello, I want to withdraw all the money from my card.
好的，女士。
Okay, ma'am, is this your card?
不是的。
No, this is my grandfather's card. I'm here to withdraw it on his behalf.
那取不了。
You can't withdraw it here. The cardholder must come in person.
我替他取。
Can't I withdraw it for him? I'm his granddaughter. I have his household registration book and ID card. I've given them all to you. You can check.
不行，取不了。
No, you can't withdraw it. The person must come in person with their ID card.
可是他。
But he's sick and hospitalized. He can't even get out of bed. How can he come?
那是您。
That's your problem. We really can't.
不是，我是。
Hey, I'm acting on his behalf. I have a power of attorney here. You can take a look.
那必须。
The person must come in person to withdraw it. That's the rule.
非得逼我放大招是吧？
Are you forcing me to use my trump card? According to relevant regulations, if an elderly person is unable to come in person to withdraw money due to mobility issues or illness, someone else can withdraw it on their behalf. If the situation is truly special, people can also apply for bank home visits. You said you'd follow the rules, so why are you preventing me from doing it when it comes to specific matters?
我自己的钱我自己用。
I'm so angry that I can't use my own money. There's a limit on how much I can transfer from my own bank card. Today, I want to transfer $2,800, but the message told me I couldn't. So I went to the bank counter and waited in line for over an hour. You know what they told me when I got to the counter? They said my card only had a $2,800 limit. I countered asking, if anyone in an emergency needs to withdraw cash, can they only get $2,800 per day? This is a state-owned bank, one of the big four. I can't say more or I might get banned again. Have you encountered the situation with other banks? I can't use my own money. I have to get their approval.
我自己用不了，还要经过他们同意。
The continued economic downturn in China has inevitably impacted the banking system. Data shows that in 2024, nearly 200 small and medium-sized banks in China were closed, far exceeding the total number of the previous 3 years. With runaway housing prices in China, more and more homebuyers are unable or unwilling to repay their loans, putting immense pressure on banks holding real estate assets as collateral. Among China's 6 major banks, except for the Agricultural Bank of China, the number of their offline branches has continued to shrink, decreasing by nearly 361 in 2024, an average of 1 per day. Liquidity pressures in the banking system are becoming increasingly apparent, with the phenomenon of people having money but being unable to withdraw it frequently trending on social media, sparking widespread attention and discussion.
今天又到15号，又到发工资的时候了。
Today is the 15th again, payday. Today's payday is full of ups and downs. This morning I transferred half of the payroll, but after transferring to less than 10 people, the bank blocked my bank card. There's a balance on the card, but I can't transfer it out no matter what I do. Then I called the Bank of China and asked why my card was blocked for no reason. They said, have you been making frequent transfers? Of course, you need to make frequent transfers to pay workers' wages today. Do you expect everyone to pay in cash? To pay in cash, you need to make an appointment. I'm transferring online, and you still block my card.
啊，你说我在网上转，你给我封卡。
Blogger Mr. Zhang said that when he went to the first bank, they told him to go to the branch where he opened the account, so he went there. The bank said the manager was on break and asked him to bring over payroll records, bank statements, business license, etc. Mr. Zhang brought the documents over that afternoon, but the bank told him to go home and wait for further notice. Mr. Zhang was anxious, thinking, I need to pay salaries today. Why is it so difficult to transfer my own money? He then told the bank staff, if you don't resolve this by 4 p.m., I'll bring my workers and sit in your bank lobby. At 4:30 p.m., the bank finally unfroze his card. Mr. Zhang exclaimed, I deposit my own money in the bank. I can use it however I want. Isn't that normal? How can you be so domineering? Where is justice? Is there no law?
你好，帮我。
Hello, please withdraw $28,000 in cash.
女士。
Madam, what's the purpose of having $28,000 cash?
我想买。
I want to buy a safe.
买保险柜。
Buying a safe wouldn't cost this much.
那剩下的钱我就把它放在保险柜里边。
I'll put the rest of my money in the safe. It's better than keeping it here, which is inconvenient. You even ask what I need it for when I withdraw money.
女士，您可真会开玩笑。
Madam, you must be joking. How is it inconvenient to keep your money in a bank? Besides, it's not safe at home.
你不用扯。
Don't fool me. Your efficiency is so low that I wouldn't dare do business here if I were short-lived. I came at 8 a.m. to get a number, and now it's 12:30 p.m., and you're only just now processing my request. You have 4 windows, but you only open one each time I come in. The others are closed. Are you guys playing cards behind the counter, or is it bad feng shui?
别说风水不好啊。
A customer said to a bank employee, Look at your work efficiency. Only one window is open. Can't you even see the dozens of people queuing outside? Every time I come in, you treat me like I'm being interrogated. If I want to deposit money, you question the source of the funds. If I want to withdraw money, you question the purpose of the funds. If I want to transfer money, you limit my withdrawal amount. If I want to transfer a small amount instead of a large one, you say I'm too active and make me come to the counter to transfer. I just don't understand. It's my own money, but I'm treated like a criminal. The employee said, "We're doing this for the customer's benefit. There are so many online scammers these days, we need risk management." The customer said, "Then I understand even less. Those online scammers can transfer money from our accounts in minutes and nobody cares, while we, ordinary people, are restricted everywhere when we want to withdraw our own money. Now I understand. The safest thing is to keep the money in my own hands." Today, I was planning to withdraw $700 in cash from the bank. It wasn't a large amount, and I figured I wouldn't bother with the queue and waiting in line as it's too much trouble. I just wanted to go directly to an ATM, but after visiting 3 banks, none of them had cash. At the third bank, I couldn't stand the heat anymore. It was 35 degrees Celsius outside. I went to the ATM and asked the staff, "Why are your ATMs all out of cash?" The staff member immediately asked, "How much money do you need? What do you need it for? Did you deposit it today?" I was speechless. The blogger says that they've lost control over the money they deposit in the bank. "You're interrogating me like a criminal. Do I need to write a 500-word report for every penny I earn before I can deposit it into your bank?"
今天给朋友转钱，我才突然发现银行卡无法转账了。
Today, when I was transferring money to a friend, I suddenly discovered that my bank card couldn't do it. I called the bank and they told me for card security and to protect depositors' assets, they had limited my non-counter transactions. I quickly checked my other bank cards and all of them were also limited. What if someone suddenly falls ill and is admitted to the ICU and needed immediate surgery, but can't pay because of a bank card limit? Of course, there are many other cases where money is needed, and I don't know if the bank has considered this situation. For example, what if buying a condo requires a down payment of hundreds of thousands or even millions of RMB?
需要交几十万甚至上百万的首付，这又该怎么办呢？
去银行取钱，取1万块钱都取不了。
I went to the bank to withdraw money, but I couldn't even get $1,400. The bank threatened to call the police. This is a true story that happened to me 2 days ago. Here's what happened. Those who have been to my company know there's a bank downstairs, very convenient and close by. I needed to withdraw $1,400 to pay my employees' salaries, so I transferred money from my other card to their bank account and went to withdraw it. The ATM said it couldn't withdraw it, saying there was a limit. It's ridiculous, isn't it? I only needed to withdraw $1,400, not $10,000, not $20,000. It told me to go to the counter.
他让我去柜台取号，行。
The blogger said she had no choice but to go to the counter. She first took a number and waited in line, finally getting her turn after a long wait. The bank employee immediately asked, "What do you need this money for?" She said, "To pay the salary." After a while, the employee said, "The system has triggered an alarm. You can't withdraw the money. You either need to call 110, the police emergency number, and have the police verify your identity before you can withdraw, or you need to leave your company name so they can verify that you are the legal representative or financial manager before you can withdraw." The blogger was furious, thinking, "This is money I earned myself. Why can't I withdraw it?" Finally, having no other choice, she left her company name, and only after verification was she allowed to withdraw. This heartbreaking incident, which occurred on May 14th this year in Juzhou City, Hunan Province, has garnered widespread attention online. A 70-year-old man with late-stage cancer urgently needed surgery. His family went to the Tianjin branch of the Agricultural Bank of China with his ID card and deposit slip to withdraw the money, but the staff refused, citing the requirement that the elderly man must be present in person. A man posted a video on the 14th stating that his aunt was in hospital and had suffered a leg injury due to hemiplegia. His daughter went to the Tianjin branch of the Agricultural Bank of China to try to withdraw her mother's $7,000 fixed deposit for treatment. Although she clearly explained that her mother was too ill to be present in person, the bank staff insisted that the transaction must be completed in person. The family offered alternatives such as video verification or home visit services, but the bank insisted on no compromise. Frustrated, the relatives pushed the elderly woman in a wheelchair to the bank. Surveillance footage showed that she was extremely weak at the time. During the facial recognition process, unable to adjust her posture independently, she tried more than 20 times before collapsing due to exhaustion. She died despite resuscitation efforts. This tragic incident raises the question once again, can there be more humanity and flexibility between rules and life? Mr. Peng, the deceased relative, stated in an interview with local media on the 16th that an agreement had been reached with the bank, and both parties agreed to a settlement. The bank will cover the elderly woman's funeral expenses and pay the family $14,000 as a condolence payment. Mr. Peng emphasized that the family will not pursue further action, and the related articles and videos previously posted online have been deleted. When someone transfers money to your bank card, be very careful as it can easily get frozen. Today, someone transferred several thousand yuan to my bank card. Just as I was about to transfer it out, it was frozen. I received a text message notification that the money had arrived, but I just couldn't transfer it. Later, I had no choice but to take my bank card to the counter. The staff told me that the card was frozen because the transfer was from an unknown account. I stayed at the bank for more than 2 hours before they finally unfroze it. During this time, you have to provide the bank with information about who transferred the money, where the money came from, and what its purpose is. You have to tell them everything in detail, and then the staff has to write an application for their supervisor and get the supervisor's approval before they can unfreeze the bank card. Freezing only takes a moment, but unfreezing, it's a very, very complicated process. Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC, is the largest commercial bank in China. Recently, a technical glitch in this bank's mobile app caused some users' deposits, wealth management products, and debt information to display as zero in the app temporarily. The incident sparked widespread concern and panic, and was only gradually restored to normal 2 days later. Starting on the evening of October 29th, some ICBC customers discovered an anomaly in their mobile app. Their account asset data suddenly disappeared, with savings, investment, and loan balances all showing as zero, quickly sparking heated discussions on social media. Many users admitted to panicking when they saw their accounts empty. An ICBC user from Henan province stated that after going out for drinks that evening, he tried to withdraw cash and discovered that his bank card balance of over 100,000 RMB showed as zero, and he immediately called the police. After the app returned to normal, he immediately transferred the funds out, partly to HSBC and the rest to China Merchants Bank. A netizen from Zhejiang posted on October 31st that his recently purchased ICBC funds suddenly disappeared. Although the amount was small, only $534, this sudden anomaly made him suspicious of the entire financial system. He said that although the transaction details were still there, the funds could not be found in his account. Boss Ling, a self-media personality in Guangzhou City, mentioned on the program that when she opened the app and found her account balance was zero, her first reaction was that her phone might be infected with a virus, and she even considered calling the police. She later discovered that many ICBC users in her WeChat Moments had experienced the same situation, realizing it was a system problem. A netizen from Guangdong shared that their father called them at around 5 a.m. on October 30th panicking, saying their savings were gone, urging them to call the police immediately, and suspecting he had clicked on an unknown link. In response, ICBC customer service told the media on October 30th that there was a delay in displaying assets within the app, but the actual funds were not affected, it was merely a data display anomaly. A former employee of ICBC's head office technology department commented online that this incident constituted a serious internal technical function, at least reaching the level of a level 3 incident. Although ICBC stated that the system had been largely restored, as of November 1st, some users in Beijing were still reporting being unable to log into the app, and were asking on social media if anyone else had encountered the same situation. This incident has also sparked public reflection on asset security. Boss Ling reminded viewers on the program that this incident has shaken depositors' most basic trust in banks. She advised everyone to diversify their asset allocation and not concentrate all their funds in a single bank. At the same time, they shouldn't rely too much on digital tools and suggested regularly going to the bank to print out paper statements for emergencies. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.